Welcome back to Digits here at WSJ Live. I'm Simon Constable. Well, what were the best video games this year in 2012? We've got Jamin Warren of Killscreen here to help us get through the list. You got your top 5.
These are my personal top 5
You went
for the
through
year.
gazillions, and I know how many video games you play. It's huge. And there's the list. You got The Walking Dead, Trials, Evolution, whatever. Let's go through these in order.
Sure.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, The Walking Dead is based on the popular comic by Robert Kirkman, which then became a television show on AMC. And it was developed by Telltale Games, who's been doing adventure games. Some of you might be familiar with adventure games, like the point-and-click adventure games like King's Quest from back in the day. This was designed, I feel like it was optimized for tablet-based experiences. And you play as a survivor, a former professor who's been framed for murder, and you're on the run, and then the zombie apocalypse happens. And what's powerful about this game is it's not complicated, it's not hard, but it really brings to life that element of human choice. At the beginning of one of the chapters, you have several items of food that you have to distribute amongst 10 different people. So it creates all of these Sophie's Choice kind of dilemmas. And what's cool is that the game remembers the decisions that you've made, and those affect the ending and the path. So it really adds that element of the survival instinct, that connection to individual characters, and the voice acting is phenomenal.
Trials, Evolution.
Trials Evolution is similar to, there was a game called Excite Bike that came out for Nintendo way back when, and it's a really complicated game. If you could think of a puzzle game on a motorbike, it's probably the best way to think about it.
A puzzle game on a motorbike?
Yeah.
That sounds death-defying.
So you're on a motorbike, and you can kind of control sort of the pitch, and you're trying to get over rocks and trying to do it as quickly as possible. I mean, this game epitomizes what I think is wonderful about games, that really, that willingness to engage with a puzzle and try and figure it out yourself.
I like that. The Unfinished Swan, I think we discussed this before earlier in the year.
Yeah, The Unfinished Swan, really phenomenal little game developed by a former Yale graduate. He was a comedy writer, worked for The Daily Show, left to pursue games. The Unfinished Swan, what's powerful about it is it takes a lot of the language from first-person shooters, so from games like Call of Duty, but it reappropriates them. So it uses them, instead of shooting bullets, you're shooting little globs of paint, and it's this amazing little story.
And it is beautiful, too.
It is.
Particularly, I mean, it's very zen in the way that it's
visually lush. I mean, it's just a really powerful artistic statement, and it really shows the diversity of game titles this year.
PID, that's P-I-D.
PID, I'm pretty sure no one played this game except for me, so that's my personal favorite. It was developed by a Swedish studio, and probably the best way to think about it is if Mario took place in an IKEA showroom. So the designs, it again has very simple, clean lines. It's a puzzle platformer, which means you're moving from left to right, but you're finding all of these little stars, encountering these robots along the way. Really adorable. It's the sort of thing that you could see Pixar making if they made video games.
Okay. Spell Tower.
Spell Tower, that was done by a New York City game designer named Zach Gage. It's somewhere between, I would say, Scrabble and Tetris. There's different game modes. It's for the iPad, and for any word fiends that are out there, this is a perfect game for them. Basically, the letters kind of show up on the screen. You have to remove them by drawing different words. I play it with my girlfriend. It seems to be pretty popular as a two-person activity as well. So highly recommend it.
That's obviously good. And you got some honorable mentions. We got 5. We're going to put a list up there. Dear Esther, Wonderput, Soundchip. So and these were ones that were just also good. And you got Super Mario, the new Super Mario
Yes,
Bros.
The new Super Mario.
Obviously great.
Again, it was a bumper year for games. What I'm excited about for the games is just the breadth, how many different types of games you're seeing, the diversity of experiences. I really feel like video games are starting to come into their own, and that's very exciting for me as someone who plays games.
And just someone who plays games and runs a website dedicated to games. Killscreen is Killscreen's Jamin Warren, and thank you for coming in the studio. Don't be a stranger. Come back again. We love it when you're here.
Thank you.
We hope you have a great 2013. I'm Simon Constable, and that's it. That's the games of 2012.